Hi guys, welcome back to MartinTheVlogger YouTube channel. Today we're gonna have a closer look on this backup camera kit from Can-Am that I have bought for my Can-Am Spyder RT 2025. And what you can look forward to in today's episode, we will do unboxing, a little bit of product description, and I will tell you what were the key facts that has sold me this unit and I didn't went for aftermarket part. We will do installation, like a little bit faster one, but I'll share with you top tips. And also what is very important, according to my knowledge, I'll tell you where this kit will fit, because it's a little bit confusing, I believe. So which models can accommodate this kit? And at the end, we will do a quick test. They say it works on 33 feet or 10 meters in complete darkness. It's the best camera kit that you can buy. So let's find out. Guys, enough of this bullshit. Let's get started. Let's start with unboxing. Some zip tie bolts, fine. Holder, so plastic brackets, okay. Camera, alrighty. Actually, quite surprised that it's not in plastic cover, it's aluminum. I can see 4 infrared lights for darkness. What's the QR code for? Nothing. Oh yeah, great. The last thing in the box are the instructions. It's quite useless piece of paper, unless you would like to read that this kit must be installed on applicable models only, which is very confusing, but I will get there. And by an authorized BRP dealer or qualified mechanic. That thing explains a lot. Let me get there. The most important thing on this paper is actually this: www.instructions.brp.com. In case you will be anytime installing anything official by Can-Am or BRP, go to this website, or there is a QR code, scan it with your phone and insert the code that you can usually find on the box. It must be there. So official product code, and you will see the manual. It's a written manual. However, I know why the manuals are not so good, because they are many times very confusing, very, very confusing. And I think they just want you to go to the BRP center and do the installation, honestly. So, but at least common sense, or a little bit of thinking, yes, those manuals can help you, and this was the only thing that was useful about this paper. Let's now do what has sold me this unit, why I went for the original Can-Am solution and not aftermarket. You know that I like aftermarket things. And where I don't think it makes sense, and which models are ready for this. So what has sold me this unit? The product description that you actually can find on martinthevlogger.com/shop, or in the future on nobs3.com. It's the sharpest, the best, the brightest, with this 540,000 pixels, 150-degree view angle, and that you can see behind you up to 33 feet or 10 meters in complete darkness. That was one thing that has sold it to me. 2, I have everything ready. I will get there to compatibility, but what has sold it to me, that my 2025 has the fender ready. All the cables are in there. Yes, there is one lie, that integrated look, correct, but easy installation, bullshit, because you need to remove completely the back. But everything is integrated, and when I hit the reverse, I have the camera on directly on that big ass display. Compatibility, and when I would think twice. For me, I think with a little bit of thinking, reading, researching, it's obvious that it's for Canyon models, and you can help me, guys, in case you do have a Canyon. Do you have everybody under the, I believe there is a case, there should be a space for your camera, so you can have it here on a Canyon. All Canyon models, red rug only, let me know. What is a little bit of confusion for me, it's F3 models, because BRP present it somewhere that it's compatible with F3 and with basically all the bikes that I have the big touchscreen display should be compatible with camera. The question is, are the cables in there? 2024 RT, yes. F3 Limited, I don't know if 2024 is ready, if their cables are there, or only 2025 and present. And also on F3 models, I don't know if in the fender or whatever it needs to go, there is, you know, the hole like this. 2025 RT, so Sea to Sky do come, I believe, on every single continent, automatically comes with the camera there. 2025 Limited has a preparation, and I believe also RT 2025 Basic has this fender with the hole there, so you can buy a camera and plug it there. The cables are there. Now 2024, and this is where I would be really double thinking if to go and hustle and invest even more money or go for aftermarket solution. RT 2024 doesn't have this preparation in a fender. I will try to think, as I will do the installation at the end, after we will finish, if you need to buy the whole fender, or from my perspective, if there is a way how to just simply mount it somehow, or just do the whole whatever. But they say you need to buy this rear piece, which is $300, $400, and it's complete nonsense in case you have to do it. So what I'm trying to say, if it's plug and play ready, then yes. But if you really need to buy anything that is super expensive, that doesn't make sense to go for aftermarket. Now to the installation. Our installation will actually start here, where you need to get to the point where you have your rear like this. If you will, you remember this piece of useless paper and the manual from BRP? You will open the manual and it will be written like, hey, remove this, and just start working on the rear camera. Bravo. So, Martin the Vlogger is not as big idiot as you might think. If you go to the YouTube, actually you are most probably watching on YouTube, go and type how to remove the entire RT rear end. Step-by-step guide, and it's of course done by me. Everything like how to remove the complete rear end bolt by bolt. I have a separate video for this because I knew something like this is coming. I knew it's useful for some additional lights installation and stuff like that. The only thing I would do different, it's actually, I would not mess with this. I would not remove it. In that video I'm removing it. I would just remove simply 2 plastic bolts or pins with a screwdriver, because they are locked with a screw, and I will keep it there and remove the complete back. So guys, yes, you need to watch a separate video, but how to get here, it's there, and feel free to use it. And yes, you are welcome. We will now work right over here. You remember that hole that we have opened with removing this plug or cover? So there are 2 places for your bolts, and you need to find in the box, which is not difficult at all, a bracket like this. But I have one update for you already. Right now you will need the camera, 4 bolts, only 4 bolts there in a box. One of these 2 brackets and T20. Update, 2 brackets. So the installation, how it goes. Can-Am doesn't need anything. F3 Limited needs this one. So it's possible to install it to F3 Limited bikes, and it's like with this U Batman style shaped bracket. That's for F3 Limited bikes. I'm not saying 2024 models do have cables there. That's a different story. And for RT, we need something like this. Now, how to use it in order not to install it wrongly? Have it this space facing like it's open from the top. These two bolts inside, or these two places, are for my bolts. So I need to have them like this. So there are no places for bolts in front. I will slide in the camera facing down. So camera is down, facing down, and these two things, the openings for your bolts that I will use right now. That's the reason why I showed you which direction to have it positioned. It can be a little bit confusing, so I want to be super clear how to do it. Again, as I don't want you to install it wrongly, no rocket science here, but these two ding-dongs are facing me. Here comes the camera. U opening, it's on top. I'll slide in the camera. Camera is watching, or it's positioned down. And right now, here I will put two bolts. We just need to mount it here. And remember this shape, this strange shape. One is up, one is down, different position or facing different direction. Just remember it. I'll tell you something. Lesson learned. Remove the bloody QR code before you put it in, because there's no way to do it afterwards. Here is our camera. This is the cable. Now we need to move the cable on the top of our reverse light. There is a dedicated spot, so it should hold the cable in place. Now as we look on our rear of our bike, here will be the camera. The cable goes on the top, it's no issue. There should be enough space to leave the cable as it is. And we need to plug it here. So remove this. It's not as easy as it seems, so I'll use heavy duty tool, push pin removal tool, the most universal tool you can buy. By the way, of course, these are it's our plug for the rear lights, just for your info. This is the cable that we need to remove. First, I need to get rid of this holder on the bike. So like this, and slide this way. Great. Now I have it like this. I don't want to break anything, so I'm showing you what I'm doing, so maybe it will help to some of you. Like this. And now what? Try to the black part, move it to the top, and now release it. Great. Awesome. Nothing broken. Now let's plug all the cables, lights, and everything. Okay, let me share with you without any preparation what I know right now from this. This is not even a test. I thought I would be able to give you much more feedback, but I really need to ride with it for 2 months in order to see everything, how the upgrade is good and whatever. But what I can share already a few things. Also about if you do not have the bumper with the hole in there, to buy a camera that is 250 euros plus tax, and then drill a hole that it's somewhere, create a bracket, do this and that. I don't see it realistically that you will put it on a good spot or correct spot and mount it there somehow as it should. Do you remember I showed you like one it's facing that and the brackets are a little bit complicated? I think it would be complicated. On the other hand, buying 400 euro rear thing to plug the rear camera in there, I don't know. I would be not doing it. I would rather go for aftermarket. Again, the benefit is that everything is connected into one place. I have the rear camera on the display. I don't have to have any additional things. We can talk for many hours because many of us are riding with some external displays because due to sat nav or whatever mirroring of your phone. But yeah, I would be not messing with not a bumper that it's not built for that and creating my own solution for the camera that I have paid already 250 euros. No. Now, what I can tell you, really, the camera in the dark, it's badass. You can see, I think, even further than 10 meters, very easy. And the light was in the garage, it was like dark. And we are also running this smoked reverse light. And so that doesn't give as much light as the amber, or not amber, the clear one, the yellowish light. It was amazing. On the sun, that it's quite strong today, not because of the camera, it was quite okay. It's really pixelish. Don't tell me, it's not like 4K, but it's okay for the reverse camera. But on the sun, I think it's more of a problem of the display. Not more of a problem, it's a problem of the display. You won't see anything in there. So, not anything. You will see something, but it's like really like you need to, pay good attention. Two things that will be challenging. And again, it's very fresh experience, and maybe I will change my mind after 2 months, but definitely I need to do a recap video on this. First, I don't like that you don't see where you're going. I don't know if it's correct right now or it's something that I'm used to, but in your car, when you turn with the steering wheel, also the lines where you're going, and they are changing, like they are going towards where you go. Where here it's very it's static. It's not very static, it's static. It's something that I'm not used to, and maybe it's correct how it should be on a three-wheeler, but maybe it's not. I don't know. The thing is, when I was parking it as close as possible to the red RT, the Poseidon, on a display, it was really there that you are already hitting the bike. Okay, it's a bike to bike, but you will be doing it a lot when you are on a meetings or whatever with other Spyder riders. For me, it was like, okay, I'm hitting the bike already. Can I use the camera really like going as tight as possible to the vehicle behind me? I don't know. I don't think so. But again, I can't say it right now because I need a proper experience. The camera for me there was, I just would like to have I told you, I'm rebuilding this bike without any compromises. So camera, it was prepared, it's gonna be there. Do I really need it? Not really. Will I ever use it? I don't know, but it's there. Not sure if this video has helped you at all, but there are some things we can discuss. So guys, in case this video helps you, in case you would like to talk, write anything into comments. I'm always replying. In case you like this kind of content, subscribe, like, and have the notifications on, because every time we are releasing videos, you are notified. And yeah, in case you would like to buy this upgrade, MartinTheVlogger.com/shop or NOBS3 in a future. And if you'd like to come ride Europe on 3 wheels, tourson3.com, not 2 bikes, like 13 bikes. Yeah, tourson3.com. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, buy yourself a reverse camera kit or not by Can-Am. It's your call, but always have fun.